I'm Ben Fogle, and over the next few weeks, I'm going to live with different people who inhabit some of the most remote locations on Earth.
Everything about this land represents a place that man shouldn't live.
From the Swedish Arctic tundra to the canyon lands of the American Wild West, the remote forests of Alaska and the red deserts of Namibia. These are the people who decided to make a massive life change.
I felt like I was kind of drowning in the rat race.
The shining lights looked so good, but I just ended up so unhappy.
Are they daring or just downright crazy?
You did not leave this area for 4 years.
We're not used to having people around.
I want to find out what happens when you quit the rat race.
This is extreme if you've got to do this just to make your bed.
And create a new life in the wild.
Good things about living off the grid, Big Brother doesn't stick his nose in your business.
Today, I'm in Utah, in the Great Canyon lands of the American West. 85,000 square miles are home to some of the world's most striking and wild terrain. I'll be living with Bill and Bob Stone, elderly twin brothers who made their home in a remote canyon over 20 years ago. I'll discover why these former adrenaline junkies opted out of the rat race for good.
He was advised to either go under a witness protection program or disappear.
And despite surviving in this tough landscape, they fight against the challenge of growing old.
I won't slow down till the Grim Reaper comes looking for me.
My journey begins almost 5,000 miles away, in Durango, Colorado. From there, I drive 2 hours across the state border into Utah and the country's Wild West.
This is desolate down here. And what's more interesting is this is one of the least populated parts of the US. This is where you come to hide.
The twins cannot reveal their exact location, so I'm literally driving off the map. All I know is I have to pick up a dirt track and drive 12 miles deep into a canyon.
This is steeped in Native American history down here. You can imagine all the secrets it holds. Wonder what secrets Bob and Bill have.
As I pull in, it looks like I've arrived at a compound.
Security.
I don't think they like visitors. Bob? Bill? Looks like they're in the army. Wow. Hey there.
Hey,
I come in peace.
sorry about the gate. We had to keep the wild animals out, the deer
Okay.
and the elk.
I'm not a wild animal, hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully I'm not
All right,
classified.
we'll
as
let
that.
you in.
Hey there.
Yeah.
Are you Bill?
Yeah, I'm
Bill.
I'm Bill.
Bob, I can't shake hands through here, so I'll...
We'll remedy that right here. They call me, my friends call me Wild Bill.
Wild Bill.
Oh,
I
that'll
like
work.
that. Hey, Wild Bill. Very nice to meet you. How are you? Bob? Very nice to meet you, Bob. You could have picked a more remote location.
Well, it's not far enough for me, really.
Really?
No, what's this?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Watch the razor wire. I don't need a shave just
Yeah,
yet.
you don't need that.
72-year-old brothers Bill and Bob grew up on a farm in Oklahoma. Adventure was always in their blood. They went mountain climbing, scuba diving, learned how to fly planes, and both taught skydiving. In 1972, they started a construction business in Colorado. They built over 250 homes, earned $5,000 a month each, and saved enough money to enjoy their passion for the outdoors. In 1990, on a camping trek, Bob found a little-known canyon, and for $121,000, the brothers bought 10 acres of land for a future adventure. They took adventure to the extreme. After a personal tragedy, Bob became a police informant, and soon the criminals came looking for him. His canyon home offered him a basic but vital hideout, and he's been here ever since. Bill joined his brother soon after, retiring to the canyon for a simple subsistence life away from society.
I don't know what I was expecting, but not a militia. Look where they park their car. No way! In a cave. That's too cool. That is properly cool. What a place! This is incredible. This is your house, is it? Here?
Yeah.
Can I have a little look around?
Cabin, sure.
Your little cabin?
Yeah.
The brothers put their construction skills to good use. With salvaged materials collected over 25 years, they built around what had been abandoned here.
Wow, this is very cozy. Hound, this is like a trailer.
Yeah.
So you've literally built your house around this.
Yes.
Whose bed is this?
Bill's.
Bill's. You didn't tidy your bed this morning, Bill. So, little bathroom here. Running water?
Yes.
How long have you had that for?
About 2 years.
Okay. And a very small loo here.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Can you even get your...
barely.
That's me sitting on it. I think I need a leg outside.
And the cabin has just one other room, with a wood-burning stove for heating and Bob's bed. Cooking's done outside on an open fire, or on a small gas stove in the tiny kitchen. A solar panel provides electricity, and the twins have one luxury, a television they were given. They don't watch it, but rather listen to the radio through it. Their wardrobe is as basic as the rest of their home, a rack of clothes with a distinct military theme.
Well, it's cheap. A pair of camo pants is $4 at the surplus store.
I can't help but notice down there a very large German flag as well. Where's the German connection?
We're part German and Cherokee Indian. You know, Rambo was also part German and Cherokee, so we get a laugh out of that in these movies.
Rambo?
Yeah.
Bill and Bob have no savings. Now pensioners, income is from monthly social security checks of $900 each. Their cabin may be small, but the caves give plenty of hoarding space for possessions from their previous life. And how's my bedroom?
This
wow.
is it.
Look at this!
Yeah, that's,
I'm lost for words. This, I feel like I've stepped into another world. It's like a film set.
This cave house was created by the previous owners in the 1960s. The rock was blasted with dynamite to create a 2,500 square foot space.
What I love about the cave here is presumably if you want to expand your house, you just stick a thing of dynamite in the side and blast another room. No need for planning, no need for asking the neighbors.
Don't have to go get a building permit. I love it. One of the good things about living off the grid and down here in a remote area, you do your own thing and Big Brother doesn't stick his nose into your business.
Bill and Bob used to live in this cave, but now they're getting older. It's too cold. At night, the temperature drops below freezing. They seem to think I'll cope, though.
I have gotten you out a extreme cold weather sleeping bag. And there's nothing like the fresh smell of Army surplus to get you going. It's never been used. No crusty butts has been in it. No sex has ever been in it. But that one over there is one of my old bags, and I cannot say the same thing about that. So I think you'd prefer
Can I
this
go
one?
for the one that has no crusty old butts in it?
I think you'd rather have that.
It's dinner time. Food is all homegrown from the twins' 4 acres of farmland. Their nearest shop, 20 miles away, provides long-lasting milk and occasional meat and dried goods. So far, I'm very aware that of the 2 brothers, it's Bill who's done most of the talking. 5 months ago, Bob suffered a stroke, and he's still recuperating.
I'm thinking it must be quite hard living in a place like this. It gets harder with the cold. You know, I feel the cold now, and I've got some meat on me.
The different get confused.
Is this the stroke?
Yeah,
Is it frustrating?
yeah.
Do you think it is one of the elements that you lose your confidence
Yeah,
because you can't get your words out quickly enough?
yeah. They all gang up on you.
Bill is helping Bob through his recuperation. They're both divorcees and have lived here together for 20 years.
If there's one advantage about not having women around, it's having tissues as plates.
Yeah.
You don't need to
got
wash
that
it, you
right.
can blow your nose on afterwards.
Yeah, you got that right.
Welcome to my man cave. I never thought I'd actually be sleeping inside a real cave. Anyway, it's pretty cold in here, I have to say. I'm still wearing my hat. I think the bigger thing that's worrying me right now is all the hidden doors that are locked inside this cave. And creepy bed in the middle of the room. Hopefully I'll see you in the morning.
Coming up, I get stuck into canyon survival.
You don't make life easy.
Well, life isn't that easy here.
And attempt to wrangle cattle like a cowboy.
Good go, good go, good go, good go, good go.
I'm in the Utah Canyon home of identical twin brothers Bill and Bob Stone. And for my first time in a cave, I had a good night's sleep.
Apart from feeling that I was on an operating table in the middle of the room, was all I could think about. Aliens coming down and... This location kind of creates intrigue. I'm just curious about what's going on around here, why they're here still. It's what I haven't got to the bottom of.
Since Bob's stroke 5 months ago, Bill does most of the daily chores. Bob is recuperating and takes things a little slower. A far cry from his years of mountaineering, reminders of which cover the cabin. One adventure I'm intrigued to know more about is why Bob moved to this canyon. In 1992, while living in the city, a close friend died from a drug overdose. Bob became a police informer and helped uncover a large drugs ring.
So I would take my tape recorder and record the drug deals going down at lunchtime, and I would turn the information over to the sheriff, and where most of them was caught that way.
Were you ever threatened?
Oh yeah.
People were after you. People wanted to get you.
Yeah. So I hid out sometimes for 6 months or more without going to the grocery store or anything. I've been over here now for 22 years, and they hadn't got me yet.
Dangerous to be involved in what he was in. He was advised to either go under a witness protection program or disappear. I think he made the right choice. I chose to come down here later, and we just put together a new life down here, both of us actually.
It wasn't just Bill and Bob that came here to hide out. Criminals used these remote canyons to escape detection. Bob missed adventure, so using his old connections, he became a bounty hunter, chasing criminals in these canyon lands.
I got my tracker dog with me. Let's go find the fugitive. Psst. Chaco. Let's go find the fugitive.
There's a big cave back in behind this big rock. I'm gonna have to go up in here and check it out. This is what makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck.
He's obviously lost a tremendous amount of confidence since his stroke, and I can see that, and it kills me every time I see him struggling for words and for stories. He's desperate to leap out of himself and say, this is who I am, this is what I do.
Life for the brothers now is a quiet but tough subsistence one. They grow 4 acres of their own food, crops, fruit and vegetables. 5 chickens supply their eggs. They manage all this land on their own, but their last savings of $6,000 when they moved here bought some machinery to help. The land is watered from pipes running along the field. These connect to a pump pulling water from a natural well deep in the rock. They also fill bottles for their drinking water this way. But the pump only works if there's enough solar power to operate it.
Some people may describe your life as having been hard. Maybe it's hard now.
Makes me a better person the harder it gets, really. I feel that way. I wish other people would look at it like that instead of just sitting on the couch eating potato chips and drinking beer and watching a football game, you know. That's not my thing.
Now in his 70s, Bill is as active as ever. I just hope I can keep up.
Good job. Well, I tell you, I will keep you around here. You're all right for a city boy.
Yeah. I'm a city boy who dreams of doing this, but I'm not brave enough. That's the difference.
Well, you're always welcome here. Good job.
This is vital for you in terms of heating.
Absolutely. We
If you
cannot
didn't have wood?
afford to live the way we do here by buying propane. It's getting so expensive. We couldn't heat that cabin with propane and survive and afford to pay for it or our Social Security checks. We have to cut firewood.
The twins have a license to chop trees in the canyon, but they often rely on those in the cliffs above the cabin.
You don't make life easy.
Well, life isn't that easy here, as you've been able to see. But I'll go slow here. I'm not as young as I used to be.
A Stenner stair lift, I think, is what they call it in the UK.
It's a 125-foot sheer climb. And as we reach the top, I see how fragile the sandstone canyon wall really is.
Huge rock fall over there one winter that actually shook my wood stove. Wow. The door started rattling.
If that had been your cabin below, what would it have done?
Part of my cabin would be out there in my garden. I'm serious. It's scary too, to think that if I had an earthquake here and was in my bed asleep there that close to the canyon wall, 50-50 chance of running barefooted out to the garden to get out of the way. But that's the way life is here.
I'm glad you can smile and laugh at that.
You gotta laugh to keep from crying around here.
It's a tough environment here because in the winter you've got extreme cold. You know, they get thick snowfall down here. And then of course the summer, boiling hot temperatures here. So it's definitely a place you come if you like those extremes, but then you have to fight against them. You've got to try and fight for your water, for the heating, all of those elements. And then just the landscape around you, the cliff is crumbling. It will just take one monumental flood and this could essentially be washed away.
The twins are cut off here, should anything happen. They have no landline or mobile phone. So I'm keen to know if there's anyone else close by if the brothers ever need help. Bill's taking me to meet their closest neighbours. That's 12 miles away down a dusty canyon road. And today, those neighbours actually need our help.
He's quite a big cowboy. Wow.
The Tracys are a family of cowboys who've been working this land for generations.
Charlie Tracy is one of 3 other brothers, right?
I got 2 other brothers.
2 other brothers, so you, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all much taller than I am.
Can I just say, I'm glad you just say that. I feel like I'm being dwarfed by you.
Yeah, I'm 6'6" and they're 6'10" and 6'8", so they're a lot taller and they're better looking too. So.
It's now calving season, and 86 feisty newborns all need tagging. It will be my first time, but Bill's here to help me.
Just grab him by that flank right there and tip him up like that. Grab that top leg, that top front leg, and just hold it up. Yeah.
Well, you're a stout little critter.
Yeah. You got some energy. There you go.
Let me get a hold of that other leg and I'll slow you down. There.
Okay, you feel
Between the...
right there in between those
Just-
two veins.
Yep.
Right there.
Just there?
Yes, that's good. Just real hard. Squeeze real hard. There you go.
Okay, that's my first tag. Sorry, number 11. Well done, though. Well done, number 11.
Yeah.
These beef cattle roam freely over 20 miles of canyon. The tags are needed in case mother and calf get separated.
Very good.
They have matching numbers, so the cowboys can reunite them correctly.
My wife wants the girls to have pink tags and the boys to have blue ones. So. There you go. Good. Perfect. You're hired.
There's a cowboy in me yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Good go. Let's get this off. Here we go. You're okay. There you go.
Okay, go find Mama.
There we go.
I'm out of breath, and at almost half Bill's age, I have a burning question.
It's a physical, hard life out here.
It is.
Is it a place for people getting on?
Well, I don't know. Probably not.
Do you worry about them?
Yeah, I worry about them, especially when one of them's, you know, Bob, he got sick for a while or he had that stroke, and you drive by the place and you look for smoke coming up out of the chimney. Well, they built a fire today. They're up and about, you know.
There's no 911 calls.
You can't get self-service out. I mean, you're pretty much on your own.
Do you think you need a stubbornness to stay here then? That's the one thing I'm seeing between
Absolutely.
both of you.
You got to be hard-headed and pretty stubborn. Yeah.
Agree with that.
Yeah. You do. You do.
For Bill, daily life in the canyon is relentless. And even though he also has the added pressure of helping his brother, he would never leave.
It's just the freedom of being here, being off the grid, knowing that I'm still capable at my age to take care of myself. You can see by living this kind of lifestyle, you're going to be healthier. I'm convinced of that.
It's not just fresh air and organic food that the twins believe keep them healthy. In their tiny kitchen, I notice a huge collection of health supplements.
I feel a little bit like I'm in a chemist's here. There's so many bottles. How many supplements do you take every day, Bob?
Probably in 24 hours, probably 24
24 different ones.
Yeah.
That's selenium. You should have a shot of that a day, just a half a dropper. That's chromium. Vitamin B complex.
Yep.
Everybody needs one of those a day. L-arginine.
What's that for?
Some men use this for, I can't say the word, aphrodisiac. Is that the way you would say it?
Aphrodisiac.
Yeah. Yeah, this is actually, some men use this particular product. Makes your blood circulate better.
Is there more in the fridge, or is that my imagination?
Yeah, we keep supplements in there. That is pretty funny, isn't it?
Do you not believe in medical intervention as such, or medicines that come from hospitals? Is that what you're saying?
Pharmaceutical drugs, no. I refuse to take them because the side effects we'll catch up with you later.
We don't use shots, any kind of vaccination.
Refuse to.
No vaccinations ever.
That they would have to handcuff me, duct tape my mouth, because I would be severely cussed and kicked. Pharmaceutical drugs, I won't do it.
Bill and Bob spend almost half their annual pension on supplements. $9,000.
Is this one of your biggest expenses?
Yes, more than gasoline for the vehicles and car insurance.
If it came down to car insurance or your supplements?
We would keep the supplements. What's use having car insurance if you're dead and can't drive, you know?
Listen, who hasn't taken some extra vitamin C when you're feeling a bit down, or some echinacea before you get a cold? But they've taken it to extremes. But if it makes them happy and they buy into it, in some ways, and some people won't agree with me saying this, but it might even have a placebo effect to keep you feeling healthy. It's almost that their bounty hunting pasts have caught up with them, and they're not chasing villains down canyons. They're now fighting against society, and society includes the government, the health system, everything out there, everything out of this canyon. And the health system's included in that. And I don't believe doctors are out there to kill us.
Coming up, I discover what's hidden in my cave.
Have you estimated how long you could survive on this for?
Possibly 5 years.
5 years? That's a big snow blizzard.
Well, the world's not as stable as it used to be.
And the extent to which the twins protect their wilderness home.
I'll smash it down with my foot.
I don't think you could. You can't cut through it with a chainsaw.
You're not joking either, are you?
No.
American twin brothers Bill and Bob Stone settled in a remote Utah canyon over 20 years ago. They rarely leave their home and listen to survivalist radio shows through their TV that prepare the listener on what to do after a global catastrophe. As one DJ describes his broadcast, it's news the government doesn't want you to know.
There's several things that have been taking place that the average American isn't aware of.
This is where you get all your information.
Starting in June of last
Yes.
year, the reservists...
We get up early in the morning, sometimes at 5 o'clock, and listen to Colonel John Moore.
You know, my wife and I, we're responsible for about 43, 44 people should our country face a society-ending event.
Especially in the wintertime when it's too cold to get out. Sit here with that wood stove going and listen to...
The end of the world.
Well, not all of it's like that.
That those people would need food, water, fire shelter, first aid, hygiene, toilet paper, toothbrush, everything you could think of.
Right.
For a minimum of 3 years.
Bill and Bob have more than just a passing interest in what they hear on the radio. There are clues inside my cave that show it's affected their whole lifestyle.
Oh look, the door comes off. Oh wow.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Thank you.
Go right ahead.
Is this all food? What's in the big black bins?
Wheat, beans, rice that I've raised them in my garden, shelled them, put them in plastic bags, brought them in.
Bill, this looks like a lot more than just a winter supply for when the road gets cut off.
True.
How much have you estimated how long you could survive on this farm?
Possibly 5 years.
5 years. Listen, I'm just trying to work out in what kind of event or scenario you might need to sustain yourselves for 5 years. That's a big snow blizzard.
Well, the world's not as stable as it used to be. And It's always good to have a little extra stuck back for yourself, your kin folks, or your friends. You know, some people talks about Yellowstone volcano exploding. Some people talk about the oil peak running out, the fuel, and all of that would cause chaos. So I'm down here. I intend to stay out of the chaos. I'm a peaceful person.
It's taken 10 years for the brothers to stockpile food that they grow, and they top up with tinned goods which they only buy on sale.
What about that one other door? Can I have a look at it?
We can talk about it.
We can talk about it. Come on. That's just looking solid.
I keep my brand new chainsaw in there. It's never been started. It's quite expensive.
Bill, your nose is growing.
You know, actually, I've lost the key for this door, and I cannot open it.
I'll smash it down with my foot.
I don't think you could. It's reinforced with steel on the back side where you can't cut through it with a chainsaw.
You're not joking either, are you?
No.
My cave is a doomsday store. I think more intriguing is the locked door. I really want to know what's in there. I can kind of imagine. I'm assuming it's their prized possessions, whatever that is. Money, guns. I don't know. It's intriguing. It's really intriguing. A bit unnerving sleeping in there now. They're definitely preparing for something, and they want to have the ability to contain themselves for long, long periods of time, for whatever that is. I personally, if the end of the world happens, I don't want to survive 5 years in a manky cave on my own. I'd prefer to go with everyone at the same time.
The twins live an isolated life here alone, but they still have family in neighbouring states. Bill is close to his 28-year-old daughter, Teresa. She's come to visit for a couple of days.
Dad!
Hey!
Teresa is a landscape gardener in Colorado. She visits her dad and uncle several times a year and makes the most of her time here helping out.
You realise you've been here about 30 minutes and already you have a task. Where are these going?
Teresa's bought a bag of seed potatoes from the city, so we can start cutting, then planting. Her parents split up when she was 5, but she has fond memories of visiting her dad here.
It sounds like it would have been colourful.
It was awesome. I had this whole level of enchantment to my life because of coming down to this canyon. It was great. I just teared around and explored the canyon. And as I grew up, I realized how lucky I was to grow up like that. Deeper in the ground.
When Teresa visits, she becomes mother hen to the twins. She's helping Bob to learn to read again.
The Lord hath made known his salvation.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. You'll be able to read it again someday.
Hope so.
Teresa's keeping us all busy today, and it's my job to help them with the planting.
Bill and Bob, they're getting on. 72 years old, nearly 73. Bob's had his recent health issues. Your dad had his as well. You've got to worry about them out here.
I do. I pray more than I worry about them. And I come down as much as I can to help. But I have my own life that I live. And it's I will be a mess when my dad goes. And as Bob's transitioning now, I just ask that he's surrounded with love and that he's comforted. And I fear that when Bob goes, Dad will go, because they're like an old married couple. And, you know, they've always lived their lives side by side.
It was really emotional to hear her talking about her fears for when her father goes, and the fact that, would you want your father living like that when he's 72, nearly 73? No. You know, you just want to scoop them up, especially if there's been ill health, and you'd want to take them back and make them live forever.
It's the end of a long day. But still full of energy, Bill never misses the chance for another story. As a skydive instructor, he made 146 jumps in his career. He hasn't jumped for almost 40 years, but his appetite for it is not fading.
There's a skydiving club here in Utah. Bob and I have been trying to get together the finances and the time and to go make a jump again, just to catch some more air, you know.
The two of you together?
Yeah, but since he's had a stroke, well, I'm kind of grounded again, you know. Now, if you would like to volunteer to go, we could catch some air. I think they put them out at 14,000 feet here. And
you don't talk about heights. I'll tell you, because I'm actually quite scared of heights. I've done 2 jumps in my life.
Really?
One tandem, one on my own, and it terrifies me. But the fact that you've just, I can't say no. Shall we let's shake on it? Perfect.
We'll give it a try if they'll let us.
What have you talked me into, Bill? The last thing I expected to find out here was a 73-year-old man asking me to jump out of an aeroplane. And to be honest, I hate skydives. I've done a few, and it's just not my thing. I get myself in such a panic and such a state because I hate heights so much. So I said yes.
Coming up, I help Bill fulfill a last ambition.
Feel alive again. I'm speechless.
Oh,
that's how good I feel.
And he helps me overcome one of my biggest fears. Over the past week, I've been living in the canyon lands of Utah, in the heart of the American West.
Even the chicken curtains are camouflaged.
Last night, my elderly host asked me if I'd like to join him in fulfilling one of his last ambitions, to do one more skydive.
When you've been as active as Bill and Bob have been throughout their life, I think you cling on to that pride, and the fact that they've come to this sort of lifestyle so late in their life is very brave. Some people would say very foolish, but I'm sure I can read straight through it. They're trying to cling on to what they had, what they were, to their youth, to their physical prowess. But I can totally see myself at their age doing exactly the same sort of thing. I can imagine wanting to just cling on to who I was and what I had. That's human nature, isn't it?
We're travelling 80 miles north to Moab and the Skydive airfield. Because of his recent stroke, Bob can't make the skydive with his twin brother, so I've reluctantly agreed to do it.
Now get these leg straps, do yourself a big favor, make sure all the furniture's in the middle of the room.
Yep. Oh yeah, I've got it. Yeah. Do you hear that, Bill? Make sure the furniture's in the middle of the room.
Yeah, been there, done that. Yeah.
Bill's daughter Teresa is treating her dad to the skydive, but I'm beginning to think it might be the worst $200 I've ever spent.
Jumping out of aeroplanes is not my thing. Heights. Jumping from heights. I can see how much Bill loves this. So I'm trying to steal a bit of his love. I'm trying to take a little bit of that vibe and put it in me. It's not really working.
Safety briefing over. We're ready to go. Well, Bill is.
Wish me luck. I bloody hate this.
Excellent. All right, see y'all in a little bit.
As we take off, Bill knows how much his brother would have wanted to join him. But Bob has his own plans for when he's physically stronger.
I would have liked to have done this too, but I'm going to save mine for climbing the mountains.
As a former skydive instructor who hasn't made a jump for 40 years, Bill's excitement is plain to see. The plane climbs to 14,000 feet over Utah's famous Arches National Park. This area is known as the adrenaline capital of the US, and I'm beginning to feel why. I'm going to jump first. If Bill goes first, I might change my mind. It's the shuffling out of the door that I really hate. We're free-falling at 120 miles per hour, dropping 1,000 feet every 6 seconds. As our parachutes deploy, I can start to relax and enjoy the views.
All the way up, keep them up.
Oh, look at this.
Stand on up.
Wow!
Nice job,
Very
buddy.
good.
One, two.
Thank you. Here comes Bill.
Right on up, stand up. Give me a high five.
You got it.
Nice job, man.
Bill. Hey, how was it?
Feel alive again.
Do you? How did that feel? You almost got tears in your eyes. Was that special?
That was special.
I love skydiving. I've always loved it, and I've always found it very easy, actually. Yeah. Listen, that was an amazing. Thank you for getting me back up there, for kind of persuading me to do that. That was amazing.
Well, thank you for this bit. Great.
Yeah.
I'm speechless.
Oh,
that's how good I feel about it.
I haven't seen you that happy in a while. You look like you just did something extreme.
It's an experience you won't forget for a while.
I feel very privileged that I shared that with Bill, because the smile on his face made that worthwhile. To be honest, the smile on his face was better than the jump, because I saw what that meant to him. He was practically moved to tears. you know, I really felt for Bob watching that, being there, because, you know, that should have been Bob. So Bob's time will come. He'll bag that 14,000 foot mountain.
I won't forget my time in the canyon. Not just for the remote location, but more for the extraordinary wild men who have chosen to live here.
I have to say, I really struggle to come up with a word, a term to describe Bob and Bill. Most people, you know, you spend a little bit of time and you get them, you understand them, but every conversation changes my idea of them. You know, they're part, when I first met them, it was like, I don't know, meeting a Dad's Army version of the militia. Then I hear stories about them being actual bounty hunters, parachute jumpers, scuba divers, instructors. Then I go into the cave and they're survivalists, conspiracy theorists, listening to doomsday radio, believing the end of the world is nigh. It's like this unbelievable creation of two people. If someone wrote a story of their life and published it, it would be a bestseller and everyone would think it was made up. No one would believe that those two old yokels, as they describe themselves as, no one would believe that they actually lived. And I've got to spend a week with them.
Bill, thank you so much. Thank you.
I brought you a souvenir.
No way! Camo!
I hope it fits.
Let's try it.
I don't think you'll need that to remember us by, but it's yours. If you want it, you take it.
I'm gonna wear this with pride. No one's gonna see me now.
These guys are not going to go and settle in a retirement home or a nursing home. They would hate it. They'd rebel against it. These are two kind of mavericks who would never properly assimilate in the outside world, outside of this canyon. This is where they can be themselves.
I don't think my yellow bag quite goes with the camo. We need to spray it. Thanks, guys. It's been great. Thank you.
Next time, I'm in Arctic Sweden.
This is extreme if you've got to do this just to make your bed.
Living with an ex-Londoner who turned her back on the city.
I felt like I was kind of drowning in the rat race.
For a life with a pack of huskies in the frozen wilderness.
Temperature plummets. It's painful on the face. Literally, it bites.
Spike's off on a journey tonight down the west coast of India. Tickets please. Meet you at the platform with Chris Tarrant, Extreme Railways. Next.